It's already moving. People to see me sing. Are you doing anything? Yes, having a think.
Is it wittable?
Hello! It's actually live now.
Oh, yeah, that way. Hello, everyone.
Hello. I haven't actually started recording the podcast yet, but, this is our little getting the stream started.
Okay, yes. Hello, everyone around the world.
Hello. Well, at the moment, hello, patrons.
Hello, Patreons.
Just for you. Shh, don't tell anybody else. This is the quality you pay for.
Oh.
We're probably just to start recording, actually, to tell you the truth. It's quite late.
It's been such a long day. Yep. Okay.
It's been a long day.
All right. Let's do it. This is our... What the... Can we put that in there? This is What the Halloween.
Yeah, we're doing What the Halloween tonight.
Okay, because we at What the History... every year we have a spooky story or two for Halloween.
Yeah.
Samhain. Really. But anyway. Beltane in the Southern Hemisphere.
Spooky lolly night.
No, not this year. It's not
true.
happening this year. If any kids come to the door, I'm giving you apples. It's healthier. And I'm caring.
Or we can just put a sign at the front saying, not this year, sorry.
Really? Yeah, I don't know why anyone would be doing it this year, but anyway.
Or just it's turned off.
That's great. And I'm thinking of all these really full-on ideas, and Trev's going, no.
Yeah.
Just turn off the lights. All right.
Well, I'm going to hit this record button, which he's just veering over. There it is.
There it is.
There's a screen over here, by the way, so we're going to get distracted by that.
Oh,
guaranteed.
I'm hoping not. See, look, there's... Oh, hey. Okay, yes, we are Trev and Suzie Holland. This is What the Halloween,
yes.
Part 4.
Which you're going to hear us say again a bit later on, because we're actually going to start recording the podcast now.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So,
here we go.
Woo!
We're recording. Yes, we're
Hi.
recording.
Hi.
Wow. We
Hello,
finally get
everyone.
into another episode. Because, we got a waffle to do first.
Waffle.
We're doing a bit of waffle.
Waffle. Okay, I'm not sure what I'm going to waffle about tonight. It's been a full-on day, but I am really pumped to do this.
I'm really looking forward to this.
Halloween.
Yes. What the Halloween
What
tonight.
the Halloween.
So how about we just leave the gap for the intro music and we can actually get started.
What?
A very short waffle.
What?
I'm suggesting that we finish our waffle earlier and start the actual special episode.
Okay.
Okay. This is the bit where I put in the theme song.
History.
I think that pretty much covers it. Okay. Hello and welcome to What the History, your every now and then podcast.
No. It will be fortnightly.
We will get back to fortnightly at some point.
Next month.
Really? I'm not going to make any promises. And this is a very special episode of What the History because it's our 4th What the Halloween!
Wrong one. What the Halloween, yes.
Yes. We've got some more spooky, creepy history stories just for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is our bite-sized... Okay, disclaimer, not in my case because I tried to cut it down, do it smaller.
Yeah, it happens. It's alright.
It did not work out that way.
How about
I tell you all about it?
Yes.
All right. Okay, now mine is quite interesting. It's on a beautiful castle in Scotland called Glum's Castle. So, old castles. seem to have the reputation of having occupants residing there that have never left even after their deaths. I can't pronounce deaths, I'm sorry. Deaths. Forget it. Stories of the family ghost in the tower, or a headless horseman, or a hooded robed figure moving about the castle grounds. What I would like to talk about on this What the History Halloween 4, count them, episode is the, and I quote here, the most haunted castle in Scotland, end quote. Glamis Castle. It's also been quoted as the most beautiful castle in Scotland. From what I've seen, it's gorgeous. Okay, and I've added this to my itinerary the next time I go to Scotland, and I'll report back on what I find. Now, to our travelling What the History listeners, the castle is closed until the castle is closed until spring 2021, so you all need to be so you all need to patiently wait for Glamis to be reopened. Oh, stop it.
No, it's okay.
Stop laughing at me.
It was funny.
It's not funny.
Yes, I'm going to edit this normally, guys, so...
Oh, God in heaven. This is what I live with. Myself. Okay. Glamis Castle is in Glamis. It's a little village in Angus and was originally a royal hunting lodge, and it is the ancestral seat. And it is the ancestral seat of the Earls of Strathmore and Kinghorn, with the surname now Bowes-Lyon. Well, it was originally Lyon. The thainage of Glamis was granted to Sir John Lyon in 1372 by Robert II of Scotland for services to the Crown, with the building of the castle as it's seen today commencing in the year 1400. In 1445, Patrick, Sir John's grandson, was created a Peer of Parliament and became the first Lord Glamis. The castle was also the inspiration of Shakespeare's Macbeth. Are you editing this out still or no?
Of course I'm going to edit the audio bit.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you sure? Okay.
No, I'm going to leave all the fucks in for our PG podcast.
I told everyone it's a long day today. Okay, now before I go on, Glamis is spelled Glamis, in case you want to look it up. Or just read the references on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay. Before 1527, the 6th Lord Glamis, another John, married Lady Janet Glamis, née Douglas, who became the foundation for the Grey Lady, a ghost who haunts the chapel of the castle, accompanied by a faint knocking sound. Funny how we both decided to do that.
Blindfolded.
Oh dear. The story of Lady Glamis is truly tragic. Lady Janet was born into Clan Douglas, and her brother Archibald, 6th Earl of Angus, was the stepfather of the boy who would grow up to be James V of Scotland. Unfortunately, good old Archibald imprisoned James so he could rule Scotland, because why not? And James didn't forget the wrongdoings in a hurry. When he escaped his imprisonment in 1528, that is James escaping his imprisonment in 1528, Archibald went to England in voluntary exile, otherwise known as he's out, I'm going to go away very, very quickly. When James became of age, he decided to exact his revenge on Clan Douglas. He waited until Lord John had died and Lady Janet no longer had the protection of marriage, before he accused Lady Janet of poisoning her husband. When that didn't work, he went for a much more serious accusation. He accused her of being a witch, with some sources noting that she was accused of poisoning James too, in league with her second husband Archibald Campbell. Lady Janet and Lord John had a very happy life together, so in one fell swoop, Lady Janet and her 16-year-old son were homeless, their goods and lands seized by the Crown, and to make matters worse, James sent both Lady Janet and the new Lord of Glamis to the dungeons in Edinburgh Castle. Some sources note that Archibald Campbell was sent there as well, where he escaped and fell to the rocks below. Lady Janet was forced to hear the terrified screams of her faithful friends and servants being tortured to extract confessions that Lady Janet was a witch. James had found no one would speak against Lady Janet, as she was very much loved and her reputation impeccable, so employed a much more dire way to get the information he wanted. Sources also say that her own son John was tortured as well for allegedly concealing his mother's so-called crimes, and he was forced to watch Lady Janet's torture as James exacted his revenge against Clan Douglas. Meanwhile, James had set up court in the now confiscated castle. Lady Janet confessed under torture to being a witch and was burnt at the stake on Castle Hill of Edinburgh Castle in 1537. The horrified onlookers, including John, could only bow their heads in silence as Lady Janet was burning. So that was just awful. John was also condemned to death. However, James died in 1542 before this could be carried out, and upon James's death, all goods and lands of Glamis Castle was restored to the family, as people were horrified at the extent of James's rage. The knocking sound I mentioned is supposed to be the sound of workmen building the stake and laying wood around it ready for Lady Janet. She has been seen praying and moving about in the family chapel on the grounds. Lady Janet isn't the only ghost who has made Glamis Castle their forever home. Several other ghost sightings have also been reported. One of the most frequent accounts of otherworldly activity is that of a woman who has been seen in the gardens and in barred castle windows, gesturing to her badly wounded face as she appears to have no tongue. A young African and sadly mistreated serving boy has been seen on the stone seat near the doorway to the Queen's bedroom. Some sources say he is called Jack the Runner, who was murdered in a disgusting version of a fox hunt by an earl and his hunting party. And a white lady who moves about the castle has been also seen, and Alexander Earl Crawford has been seen as a frightening dark figure standing over children as they sleep. Can you imagine that? Freakoid. There is another story of Glamis Castle. Oops, I missed a paragraph. Sorry, I wasn't meant to talk about Alexander. Okay, Alexander, also known as Earl Beardy, in wife was a sinister... In wife? Dear God.
Love.
Dear, oh dear.
Love.
Oh dear. Alexander, also known as Earl Beardy, in life was a sinister man who rebelled against James II and loved gambling. The story goes that on one Sunday night he was visiting the castle. Oh, far out. The story goes that on one Sunday night while he was visiting the castle, he was upset that no one wanted to play cards with him. Being the Sabbath, nobody wanted to take him up on his offer, so Alexander raged that he would play the devil himself. Yeah, good on you. Soon there was a knock at the door asking if the Earl still needed a gambling buddy, so Alexander took him up on his offer. Cursing and shouting echoed throughout the castle during the game. A servant went to the room afterwards and noted that the stranger had disappeared and took the Earl's soul with him. I don't know how he worked out that his soul wasn't there, but that's the story. The game is apparently still being played, with shouts and curses being heard throughout the castle. There is another story of Glamis Castle, which tells of a horrible secret known only to the Earl, the manager of the estate known as a factor, and the heir to the earldom during the 19th century. In 1865, Claude Bowes-Lyon, the 13th Earl of Strathmore and Kinghorn, was reported to have said, and I quote, "If you could even guess the nature of this castle's secret, you would go down on your knees and thank God it was not yours." End quote. There are a couple of variations to the secret, both equally sinister and horrible. The first story is the so-called Monster of Glamis, the heir to the title who was reportedly born so badly deformed that he was kept out of sight and spent his life in a secret room. Some sources report that his name was Thomas and he was born on October 21st, 1821, and official records say that he died at birth. Over time, people began to see shadowy figures on the castle's battlements, known as the Mad Earl's Walk at night, supposedly of Thomas exercising with the factor as his companion. Allegedly, in 1865, a workman came across Thomas in a hallway, and the next day he was told to emigrate to Australia, his passage being paid for by the Earl. In 1850, curiosity got the better of the wife of the 12th Earl, and when he was away, she asked the guests of the castle to hunt for the secret room, and the idea was hatched to hang pieces of material out every window. The plan was thwarted when the Earl unexpectedly returned home and was not too pleased with his wife and then promptly divorced her. However, stories of the experiment's outcome range from 1 to 4 windows remaining without material fluttering in the breeze. In 1870, the singer Virginia Gabriel recounted to her niece that after she had come home from a long stay at the castle, the factor, named Andrew Ralston, described by Virginia as a dour and hard-headed man, refused to sleep at the castle, and apparently told the present Lady Strathmore when she asked about the secret, told her, and I quote, "Lady Strathmore, it is fortunate that you do not know it, and can never know it, for if you did, you would not be a happy woman." End quote. Ooh. The second story of the secret is that the secret room is a room of death. The story goes that in 1486, the second Lord offered sanctuary to members of the rival clan Ogilvy. The story goes that in 1486, the second Lord offered sanctuary to members of the rival clan Ogilvy, who were fleeing from Clan Lindsay after a battle. Sanctuary was given. However, the Earl betrayed them, locking the clan in a room and barricading the door, where all but one starved to death, having survived the betrayal by eating the corpses of his dead clansmen. When staff ventured in, approximately a month later, the survivor was killed and the room bricked up to cover up the betrayal of the offer of sanctuary, where the skeletons still remain. Are these stories just gossip? Or are there something more to them? The last words go to the Earl of Crawford in 1905, who reckons he's worked it all out, and I quote, "The secret is, there is no secret." Okay. And Lady Granville, aunt to Queen Elizabeth II, and who was born in the castle, Lady Granville was, not Queen Elizabeth II, has advised, and again I quote, "We were never allowed to talk about it when we were children. Our parents forbade us to ever discuss the matter or ask any questions about it. My father and grandfather refused absolutely to discuss it." End quote. Regardless, these stories have endured for such a long time and have been repeated in newspapers and by authors such as Charles Dickens and Sir Walter Scott, the famed Scottish poet. Who knows? But one thing I do know, I'm going to visit Glamis Castle next time I go to Scotland, and I can't wait. Apparently you can stay there.
Oh, fair enough.
I thought that was a really... Yeah. Wow, I've been wanting to do that one for a while. I didn't get to over that side of Scotland. I didn't get over to the east side of Scotland, and yeah, that's definitely for next time.
Absolutely.
The closest I got was Edinburgh.
Closest I got was the coast of Australia.
Good.
So, yeah, castles with secrets full of hidden rooms and probably decorations.
Really?
Yeah.
Decorations.
Like things that they put on their shelves and stuff.
Like elves on shelves?
No. It's a really tough segue, this one, to be honest.
What's yours about again?
Well, how about we find out?
All right. Oh, yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
my
prepare
pretties.
myself for this one.
Oh, my pretties.
Yes.
Look,
So,
we're not Bobsy twins, I promise.
yes, I need reading glasses now. There we go.
I chose mine first. Really.
I just
Honestly.
picked some good ones I thought looked good at the time because I said I needed them, so that's fine.
They do look good on you. They got nice little bits of green on them, and see,
There we go.
and mine don't. But that's all good.
Yeah, it's fine. That won't be in the podcast, by the way.
Oh.
Well, you can't really say, hey, look at these glasses that have got green in them on a podcast.
Yeah, you're right.
Kind of,
You're right.
yeah.
Okay. Yep. Stop that.
I'm just adding more editing for myself now.
Yes,
Okay.
you are.
Okay. What the Halloween time is always a great time to bring you all sorts of historical tales. Murders, monsters, ghosts, and even a TV show have helped us give you your creepy history fix. But dear listener, I must warn you, my topic may shock even the most avid horror fan. Please take a deep breath and gird yourself.
Consider me girded.
Just give me a moment. I do need to prepare myself.
Oh dear.
My
Sorry.
twisted topic concerns that most terrifying of subjects, a vase. Everyone okay? You still with me?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm scared.
Well, let me elaborate.
All right.
Okay, I'm talking specifically about the decorative object known as the Bassano vase. It is reported to be a fairly simple design and made of silver, weighing around 4 pounds or 1.8 kilograms. It is also considered one of the most cursed objects in the world. So how did this rather plain household accessory gain such a reputation? It is believed the vase was crafted in the 15th century in a town north of Napoli. In a town north of Napoli in Italy, and given to a young lady the night before her wedding. She was found dead the following morning, cause of death unknown. So someone was given the Bassano vase and died the same night. A tragedy to be sure, but it doesn't really seem to be curse-worthy. To find out more, we need to follow the journey of this piece of household decoration. The vase was bequeathed to another family member, who reportedly didn't die the night they received it, but passed pretty soon after nonetheless. The vase went through a few more rapidly expiring family members before the surviving clan gave in to their suspicions. The tales of what happened next are varied. Some say the family buried the vicious vase, while others claim the deadly decoration was given to a priest to hide away. The outcome was the same though. The Bassano vase was not seen for centuries. How it came back into the light of day is not clear. It was found by a young gentleman who apparently paid little attention to the attached note, which stated, "Beware, this vase brings death."
That's pretty much to the point.
I forgot to put the year in. I'm going to start that again and edit in the year. How it came back into the light of day is not clear. It was found in 1988 by a young gentleman who apparently paid little attention to the attached note, which stated, "Beware, this vase brings death." He put it up for auction without the note, and the Bassano vase was purchased by a pharmacist for 4 million Italian lira, or about $2,500 US. All those years buried or in hiding might have taken some of the edge off the curse. The pharmacist reportedly lived a whole 3 months after taking possession of the accursed artifact. It was on-sold to a doctor who also managed to last a few months. The next owner was an archaeologist with a passion for artifacts. He succumbed to a mysterious infection around, you guessed it, 3 months later. The vase continued to wreak havoc until the last known owner. The Bassano vase must have been getting its mojo back when he died within a month of purchasing the silver killer. A member of the family tried a new way of dealing with the Bassano vase. In an effort to escape the curse, they threw it out the window. It found its way back to them, though, through very unsupernatural means. It narrowly missed a passing police officer, who quickly worked out where it was thrown from and went to confront the family to find out why he was nearly an incidental vase victim. He also fined the vase thrower for littering. The fine was paid, but the family refused to take the vase back. Reportedly, the police tried to donate the vase to local museums and institutions. All of them refused. Again, we only really have rumours about what happened next, but the consensus seems to involve a lead-lined box and an undisclosed cemetery. As you can probably guess and tell from my references, there isn't much concrete evidence regarding the Bassano vase. There is enough, however, for this objectionable object to earn its place in What the Halloween.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's... Oh. I think cursed objects are really interesting.
They are. There were a few I was looking at, and
we've already done the Hope Diamond.
Yeah. This one kind of seemed to be the most substantial, I guess. The rest had very minor stories around them, but still, there's out there. Mm-hmm. The cursed telephone number was interesting, but that's another story.
That's
it didn't seem that cursed, really. They kept going to drug dealers in Russia, and they kept dying.
Have no idea why.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was a burner phone, really.
What?
A burner phone. A phone that you get that isn't, linked to a particular account.
I thought it was like burn O phone. Oh dear.
Oh dear. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode of What the Halloween.
That was really enjoyable.
It was. If you do want to know more about what we have discussed, all our references are down in the podcast description.
I've got stacks.
Indeed, I've got bugger all. Unless you're watching this live stream, in which case you'll have to look that up later. But it'll be on our website, rufusproject.com. It'll be on the early version of the Patreon episode, which goes to patreon.com/rufusproject. Or, of course, you can keep track of us by following us on Instagram or Facebook. Are you looking at the monitor?
I'm not now.
And if you do subscribe to us on Patreon, you will get bonus content, including all the podcasts early. We will live stream recordings of the podcast, and we have exclusive content just for Patreon supporters. So please consider becoming an awesome friend of the Rufus Project Presents.
Please. We love all our Patreons, and thank you so much to everyone.
Yes. Thank you so much. So, until next time, I don't know where I'm going with that, but we shall be back.
We shall. We definitely got to do the tour in November, and
we will do what we can do.
We'll try.
Yes,
we'll try.
We will.
It's still crazy.
It is.
It's still a bit crazy, and I hope everyone's well out there as well while we're on the subject.
Please be well. Please be safe.
Please be safe.
And we'll be back as soon as we can with 2 more bizarre bits of history to make you say,
What the history? Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so now I can stop the actual... Yeah, there's got a button gone. There it is.
Oh.
Stop. Stop. Still
Oh, yeah. Mine took me 3 days to write.
Mine took me
a
few hours.
Took you a few hours. Mine took me 3 days to write.
Yeah, so by the way, we're back on the exclusive Patreon part now. For all you lovely people who decided to check out this live stream, either live or later.
It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. We love you all.
You guys are awesome.
You very much are.
Yes.
I really like mine.
Well, I think on the list it was just the monster of Glam's Castle.
Yeah, it was, and then it turned out like, oh my goodness, there's way more than just the so-called monster to Glam's Castle, and it just snowballed from there. That's why it's 5 pages long. And that was 5 pages worth of work and 3 days worth. I don't know how many word count I did, but it was uni worthy.
Yeah.
It sure was. It just kept on going. And there were so many interesting things to write about, and those poor people that are now ghosts of the castle.
Yeah. Well,
I'm horrified. Absolutely horrified.
This is one of the many reasons I'm not a fan of royalty.
Okay, we're not going to start the whole royalist, the monarchist versus the republic bullshit again.
I just don't see why they're so venerated.
Okay, just stop there. People, royal or not, do horrible things.
There's a lot of people out there in institutions I don't understand why they're venerated.
Don't start. Don't do it. I know what's going through your head right now, Holland, and it's not pretty.
Yeah.
Catholics.
Don't be dicks.
Oh.
That's what I say.
It's the look on that face.
It is one. No, it's not a good look.
No, that just looks freaky.
I think that looks past. It was a thing. It was in the moment.
It's a moment. It's a look of a moment. Yes. Oh. Yes. Yes.
I think we should actually wrap this up.
Yes.
Yes.
I think we should. And thank you everyone for joining us.
Mm-hmm. Thank you to all our Patreon supporters, all our awesome friends, and extra awesome friends, and extra special awesome friends, and hello forever awesome friends. I think that's the name of the tiers.
I've just realised.
The little joysticks
It's little joysticks that looks like I've got little antlers. That's God. Oh, look at my little antlers.
We got quite a few things stored away in the studio.
Little antlers. I look like a little alien.
I've got aliens in my shirt. I've got Daleks.
You do. You've got little Daleks, and the Pac-Man. Yeah, I'm not as cool as that.
You're cool.
Yeah, I know, but not as cool as that tonight. Because I don't have a geek shirt on.
You're still cool.
Thanks, hon. Yes,
Right.
So me and my little antlers, we're out of here.
Me and my Dalek shirt.
That way.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.